So the demo will be 5 key steps. We're going to submit the Chaos Monkey, which is a catalog item. So Chaos Monkey is something that came from Netflix originally, where it's basically putting resilience into your infrastructure by randomly killing parts of your servers or services and seeing if your operations can handle that and bring that up so that you're prepared for the emergency event. And it's a little bit more controlled in this demo to complete randomness, but we'll be submitting that via service portal and catalog item. That will generate some random chaos, as called. It's behind the scenes got Flow Designer and Integration Hub, which we won't show, but it's going to call AWS and bring down the server. What will then happen is we'll automatically notify IT operations through ITOM alerts and events. It will automatically escalate to IT support. So we'll have an incident that will come through. So think of it as, okay, well, this is a higher priority service. It's got to be escalated. And then we jump finally into automating a standard change. So automating the restoration so that we can do that complete end-to-end detect to correct. So using ITOM to say, let's put the change through. We know when this happens, how to resolve it. We've got a standard change for that, trigger the restoration and automatically go through. So now I will jump into the demo. So hopefully you can see the agent workspace. Is that correct?
Yes, we can.
Great. Okay, so we'll do this completely from the agent workspace, which means traditional sort of view of looking at things from the incident and alerts and looking at from the back end. Let's do this from a centralized screen so that the new portal view, which a lot of organizations are looking to transition into. So it's to show that it's quite familiar, and to jump into that and have everything on the one screen really improves your efficiency using out-of-the-box capabilities. So we've got a demo AWS service. If you click on that, you can see we've grouped this by business severity. I can click on a service map to save time. I've got the service CI and the map already loaded. And we've got a load balancer. And sitting below that is 3 servers running Apache. So behind the scenes, what we have is 3 Amazon servers. And what we'll see is when we submit this, we'll bring it down. So we will request something just using an out-of-the-box portal, unleash the Chaos Monkey. For demo purposes, it's a little bit controlled chaos. We'll choose to hit AWS, and I want to shut down a server because I want to target one of those 3 servers will now randomly be shut down. So I can submit that. It's just a standard request. We can click on that, and the request item is 10156. If we go to the agent workspace, what we've got is we've got a chaos event which comes in. This is just for logging that we've got, but you can see 10156 is the request. Here comes the pain is just a standard description I've put because I like the movie Snake Eyes. And that's called an API to bring down a server on AWS. So that's a response. So that's more for auditing. But if we refresh here, we should see it's randomly chosen number 2 and it's stopping it. So what we'll see then back in the agent view is an event should come in from ITOM. So it's already come through. We've got an event that's come in. It's come in from the AWS monitoring. So the monitoring solution is all hooked up. It's critical. It's identified the server that it was associated with. It's automatically created an alert. So it's automatically escalated it to IT operations. In the alert side of things, it's got a hot critical. It's automatically created an incident. So it's gone to IT operations. We can look at the configuration item that was impacted, for example, all from the one screen again. We can jump into that and say, okay, well, what actually was the issue here? We can then drill into, okay, well, we've got an incident against the CI. What's actually on that server? We can look into the CI dashboard if we need to say, okay, well, looking in the CNDB itself, there's no actual CNDB issues, but we can see the history of the change. So what's happening here? So was there an unplanned change? And you can drill into that. If we need to, we can also look at the relationships. So if you want to see how it hangs together and triage and investigate, we can go, okay, this is the Linux server. It has Apache web server on it. It's ultimately supporting the AWS LAMP service, and it's sitting behind a load balancer. So when you're investigating it, we can see how it hangs together from a service perspective as well as the rest of your infrastructure. And you can trigger all of that from the agent workspace. If we go to the operator workspace, this has now gone orange. So we go to the service graph behind that. So if I do the service map, you can see that it's orange, but we had a critical event. The reason it's orange is because one server has gone down, but we have configured the rules to say only turn this red if two of these have gone down. So right now it's orange because we've lost one, but we've still got two operational. So we're in a degraded mode, but we're not actually in complete unavailable mode. So that's what the demo is showing here. And then if we jump back to the workspace in the lists, the incident created automatically created a change. And we can drill into any of these records just by clicking here. We can jump on the change by looking at all the details we need, looking at agent assist for potential solutions to resolve that. So using some of the machine learning capabilities, but the change request was automatically created. So I could open it from here and that would open another tab. I'll go to the list though. In real world scenario with a standard change, we would automate, we wouldn't have to do this step, but for demo purposes, so I can talk through it, where we put a deliberate hold on this to say, well, don't actually go and do the automated remediation. So if we look at the AWS side, the instance is still stopped. Let's put the state into implement. So as soon as we say implement it, which you could automate instead of having a manual stop, but for demo purposes, we've done that. I'll put update now. We'll jump back to the events. We should see a clear event come through, but what we should see now is it's pending. It's triggered Integration Hub and Flow Designer behind that change to automatically go and restart that service just from the implement standard change button. And when we jump back to the actual agent workspace, when I get the right tab, we can see that we've got a clear event that's come through. It's getting processed. It links it to the same alert. It knows, hey, that's related. That's fine. But we've got a clear event. Our alert has automatically been closed. Our incident is automatically resolved. Our change is automatically closed. And if we jump back to the workspace, we're back to green here. If we jump back to the service map, no color means, if it's just gray, means there's no issues at all. So there's no red, there's no orange, everything is restored. So end to end, we have a completely automated workflow for if a server was to go down, we can detect it. We can automatically create all of the audit trails we need in the ITSM and IT support component. Behind the scenes, you could have SMSs or emails going out to the right stakeholders to let them know. You could put a service portal view over the top of that to say, we're aware of an issue, or the services, you could put the red, amber, green kind of light behind it. But with putting all of that together, we've got ourselves in an established state where we can automate the end-to-end detect to correct component of IT for IT with the ServiceNow platform.